back to my channel. This video will be talking about route leaking from a tenant 3, which is a shared tenant with internet access to the tenant 1 and the tenant 2. So looking at my diagram here, I have created in last video a internet access for only my tenant 3, which is my shared server right here connecting to the DC2 leave 1. So in this route, we have a default route from my CE router DC to WAN into my tenant 3. We could confirm that just to log on to my border DC to border leaf show IP route via F tenant 3. So I have a default route. And we will test it, the internet access from my tenant 3 server. Open that up and we could ping the internet server and we could ping a simulated Google address 8.8.8. So this is all in place. We could take a look my IP route table in tenant 1. Do I see a default route? No. Do I see a default route in tenant 2? No. With that said, we will make a route leaking. The idea is we leak out each tenant routes. For example, tenant 1, we have two L2 VNI networks. They are having a 192.168.1.0/24 is one of the L2 VNI. Next is 11.0/24. Similar in tenant 2, we have 2.0/24 and 21.0/24 in tenant 2. And you already see the default route in tenant 3, and we have also two VNI networks. So idea is to import like the 200.5002 as RT in my tenant 1, importing RT in via tenant 1, and we'll export all of this route 1.0, 11.0/24 with a RT 100, 200, 5002 to my tenant 3 and it's export. Similar in tenant 2 is the same. So in tenant 3, we'll send out the community RT with 200, 5002. With all this imports, exporting in and out the RT, we can leak the route. So we'll do all that in my Fabric controller. If you don't remember of the VNID, so let's show VNVE VNI. That's all the VNID. This VNID, and we have VLANs also, right? So we know tenant 3 we have 2004 and 2005, and that's a tenant 2's, tenant 3's VIF networks VNI, and it has a L3 VNI that is 5002. So with all that in mind, we'll go to my LAN and Fabrics. In Fabrics, we'll log on back and okay. First thing we'll do is go to MSD. Under VIF, we can see tenant 1 and tenant 2, tenant 3, they all have its own VIF ID. This is L3 VNID. Okay, so we'll go to tenant 1 first. In tenant 1, go to my edit the tenant. Here we find RT, route target. So first, basically, we'll import the route from my tenant 3. So tenant 3 is sending 200 5002, 5002, okay? Exports 100, 200, 5000. Next, we'll import the EVPN. That could be the same thing. We're importing the tenant 3 routes, so it's 5002, okay? And we're sending the same for export EVPN RT. With that, save, click tenant 2 on the RT, import 200, 5002, import 100, 200, for export 5001. Okay, same here, same here. Save that. Now, tenant 3 is a bit different. So for imports I know is 100, 200, 5000. Give a comma, 100, 200, 5001. Right? As this diagram, we're exporting, importing. Same thing here for imports. We are exporting correctly, correctly RT. So we're not doing exporting in tenant 3. With that, we know with 5002, we're importing 5000, 5001. We're gonna choose save it. Without that, we'll see 3 tenants pending. Do a recalculate and deploy. This will deploy the configurations to my spines. Okay, let's take a look. This exporting, importing, tenant 1, tenant 3, tenant 2, they're all having a route target import export. Okay, so let's deploy that to the spines. For the leaf, we're going to go into the child fabric and do that. Okay, deployed, can't close, refresh, still pending, that's okay. Now go to DC1 switches. We are seeing the leaves are pending for deploy. Blue actions, recalculate. Now on the leaves, we have export, import, deploy all. Okay, close that. That's way to be in sync for the switches. Yes, DC1 in sync. Go to DC2, switches pending, and blue action, recalculate deploy. Not deploy. Close out that. Now, okay, DC2 in synchronize. Now let's verify all the configs. In the DC2 WAN, let's show DC2 WAN. I should see that we have the routes, summary routes, right? Summary routes. So show IP route. Now we have all the summary routes and redistributed routes. That is from my border leaf. So run OSPF here, and we redistribute it, right? Stay in DC2 border leaf, show IP routes via F 10 and 3. We could see the routes. That's 1.0, 1.1.1, 2.0, 2.100, that's the host route, and 3.0, and 11, 21, 31. So all routes from tenant 1 to tenant 2 are leaked into my tenant 3. So we expected the tenant 3 to leak in routes also to the other tenants. So we should verify that, show IP route via F tenant 1. We have default route, that's from my tenant 3, right? Have tenant 3 routes. We have a tenant 2 route. In here, we show BGP VPN unicast BGP VPN v4 unicast. That's my default route in my tenant 1. Here you go, and we can tell this is from my RD distinguish 10.22.0.2, which is my DC2's border leaf loopback, right? Show IP route. It's a 10.22.0.2 loopback 0 font itself, and imported from tenant 3. Let's go to DC2 leaf 1. Okay, log on. We can show IP routes. Might show me the IP route like in tenant 3. I have this, and tenant 1 should have a tenant 3 route. Tenant 1 should have a default route from tenant 3. Let's go to DC1 leaf 1. There's a different tenant now. Show IP routes via F tenant 3. I have all the routes in tenant 3. Tenant 1, I have default route. Tenant 2, I have default route. Let us do some data plane ping. Okay, first we want to do is the tenant 1 server 1. It's server right here. We could ping 192 ping 3. Let's ping to 3 packets. 192.168.2.100. I could ping it because I have a route and 3.100 crossing the site. Yes. Then can I ping internet? You ping internet. Now let's go to the tenant 2 server is here. Let's ping the internet. Yes. Let's go to my tenant 2, DC2 tenant 1. Let's ping the internet. All right. Let's go to my DC2 tenant 2, DC2 tenant 2. Okay, let's go to DC2 tenant 1. Okay, we'll stay here. If I ping the tenant 3, that will work, right? So let's do try it. 3 packets, 192.168, 3.100. That will work, but how to work? So I would like to check how it work. So is it sending to border leaf and return back, or is just the host routes between the two tenants stay on the same leaf, right? So we would like to do a trace route. Trace route is just one hop to the Anycast gateway. That's it. How do I prove that? So go to border leaf. Border leaf will go to DC2 leaf 1. In here, stay in here, show IP route 192.168.2.1.200 via F. That's tenant 3. So tenant 3 has a host route, and the next hop is tenant 1. And it's not sending to my border leaf. So if I go to show the tenant 1 and my tenant 1.200, that's showing me the same thing. And it's showing me a HMM. And you would have show you is tenant 3.100 in tenant 1. Here you go. And if I go to the tenant 3 and I do a trace route, I know ping is working. 192.168.1.200. It's just one hop. Okay.
Hey everyone, NetMaven here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to dive into the world of amazing network technologies with me, and please feel free to leave your comments below. Hey everyone, NetMaven here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to dive into the world of amazing network technologies with me, and please feel free to leave your comments below.